Hello,
Yarg.
everyone. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of MAFC Creators Crucible. And today we are doing something a bit special. This is the Customizers episode. And I have to say, I'm very honored to have James and Jose with me. But most of all, my partner in crime, as always, Stell. How are you, my friend?
Good. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for tonight's chat with these fine gentlemen over here. I'm excited to hear their story and tap into a little bit of their creative talent. So,
Indeed. And
what's up, guys?
definitely that.
Yeah.
Thrilled to
Jose,
be with you, Anthony.
James,
Thanks for
how
having
are
us.
you guys?
Doing well.
Good. Well, who would like to begin? Jose? James?
Sure.
Defer to Jose.
I'll
Go
start.
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, taking the easy road out, huh?
Yeah.
Easy for him.
Yeah. No pressure, right? I hope you came prepared, right?
Get my notes.
Yeah, right. Shuffle it like.
And I'd like to thank the Academy. And then,
You love me. You really love
oh wow, you're pulling an old one there.
Yeah, right.
I don't think too many people know
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say what that looked like, but right
I
on.
was about to say the same thing.
See, dirty minds, right? It's all Stell's fault. I blame him. Oh, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it rain. So,
Very-
Jose, I said before the show started, I'm so glad that you are taking care of my dials that I see in the back. So we can jump into that if you'd like, or we can jump into your customization skills. So
I mean, whatever you guys want to.
no, you take the lead, man. This is
man.
about you. This is all about
Tell
you.
us how it all started, man. Tell us about you. Like, what what happened?
I saw a light. I was
Yeah.
swimming. I made it out.
Well, man, that's taking it real far back, right?
Yeah, right.
You don't have to go back there.
Heard there's toys out there. No. I don't know. Customizing, I actually really just started, honestly. I mean, I've always collected action figures, as a kid to play with, and I think it actually really started with the SHF figure arts.
All right.
Yeah, my son started watching Dragon Ball Z, which I used to watch when I was a kid. So I was like, "Ooh, cool, something that we can do together."
Right.
Hell yeah.
So, and then I found out that they have a toy line. I was like, "Tch." So then I
Even
went
better.
nuts and I started buying them and I started customizing them a bit, but they were really expensive.
Right.
So I think
Mhm.
I was like really afraid to go in there and actually like chop them up and do stuff like that.
Sure.
So then I think right after that I discovered Mythic Legions, which I think and they have like the army builder figures for like $30. So I was really like tearing them up and and then I started painting them and I went pretty hard on that for about a year or so, and then discovered Savage Crucible, which is and
I have chopped up many Mythic Legions.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That was a really good like stepping stone. I think
absolutely.
you know what I mean.
That's really where I started, like actually getting into actual customizing.
Mhm.
And so Savage Crucible, I just discovered maybe it's been less than a year, and I wanted to really start beefing up and getting a bunch of figures. So now that I have a couple of extras or whatever, I've been cutting them up and having a lot of fun with them.
Nice.
So yeah.
Are you? Would you say you're knee deep or elbow deep in Savage Crucible?
Man, maybe a little over the elbows already. It's coming up to my
I'm
neck.
up to my deltoids, man.
There you go, man. There you go. And
Right on. Well, no, that's
and
cool.
the dials follow right behind it. Because
Yes.
as I'm creating the figures, I start like, what kind of world do they inhabit? And it just all starts. So sometimes I'll be like halfway through a custom and then I'm like, oh man, he's the jungle that he lives in. So then I put him down and I'm like, let me build a jungle. And I'm like,
yeah.
Well, shoot, you kind of brought him up there, so I'm gonna, since you kind of had him in hand,
oh well,
bring up what you were holding
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, that's fantastic.
this is my version of a savage human. So
No, it's great.
What's the skull on the top of his head by
That's
chance?
from
this
Krieger's
is from
shoulder pad.
Krieger's
Okay, that's
shoulder armor.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought, but I didn't want to like just
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, and this is from the fist weapon that
Oh, hold
comes
on.
with the
Let me
accessories
bring it
pack.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Since you kind of have them in hand.
So I kind
Oh
of
right,
swapped them.
yeah,
Yeah, so I
right,
swapped this, for this.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good too on
yeah.
there.
It does
And
look
he's
really
got
good.
some like war paint under his helmet, which I kind of covered up with the
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, he was fun. Lots of
Yeah,
fun.
he looks fun.
Yeah. I
He
got
looks. I like what. Can you show the sandals? I'm
yeah,
actually
I
in
was
the middle.
actually just
I'm in the middle of doing that
ask for him.
myself. That looks great, man.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
That is fantastic looking.
Little
Yeah.
paint rub here. I'm still, I actually shaved down the joints to try to avoid that, but yeah.
Oh, for
And
the
it's a
paint, yeah.
little bit of trial and error because you paint it and then when you start moving it around,
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
some parts show. So
No, that looks
yeah,
great though.
thank you. A lot of fun to make.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah. My
Where's
boy
that monkey
Como.
from? That's hilarious.
I follow him in
Great.
I think Michael's or Hobby Lobby or
Oh,
something.
that's
I
great.
was
Yeah.
like that would be a great little
Yeah.
friend Como.
I
I
I
see
love
him as
fun
like
stuff like that.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. I really took to Como's like trying to exist in a human world because he's a hybrid or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know. I kind of see him like lonely, and then he finds a little monkey somewhere, and they're like, "Hey, you can be my friend." And,
Right, sure.
you know what I
No, that's
mean?
awesome. That's cool
No, that's great.
that you're world building for
Yeah,
your
that's
own.
it's
That's
easy to do with
fantastic.
these figures. Like they got so much
Yeah.
character that it's easy to just fall into it.
Oh yeah. I've got a few that I've created these like story plots and I'm like, how far am I gonna take this? You know what I mean? I
How
know
far
it's
down
just
the rabbit hole?
yeah, I know it's just for me, but
Exactly.
you know what I mean? It's like, my goodness, I'm gonna end up like George R. Martin with like an over bloated,
Yeah, right.
plot for customs.
When is he ever gonna finish?
Exactly. Yeah, no, that looks
So
fucking great, man.
thank you. I
I
appreciate
like
that.
what you did too. Look at your belt emblem, the one that you added onto that. That looks
Oh,
really good.
I think that's Nats horns, right?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
try to change it up a little bit. He's
Oh
actually nice.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, just the change of color to the fur on the
Mhm.
shoulder was
Oh yeah,
amazing. Brought so much color into that.
that's
And just made it
Krieger's,
pop.
right?
Great
Because
point.
I
Jake.
see him as like a hunter, right? So he's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
going around hunting.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me bring you up,
Yeah.
Jose.
Or at least the hunting stage of his life, right? Of his adventures.
That too, yep.
Ah! Oh, it was Stell. Sorry.
So Tim, you painted this guy, right?
I did it with Nikki. We did this as
Oh,
a
did you? Okay.
collab. Yeah, I did
These
the
blues,
armor because that's Nikki right there.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
really?
did the
Okay.
armor, yeah, because the original look that I had
Should
for
we thank her
Como,
then?
you
Huh?
should. The original look for Como that I did was he had like a red gold skin because I didn't know much about him at the time, and so I was trying to really think about like his backstory, even though you know what I mean. We're talking like this is super early. You know what I mean? He had a name and like a little snidbit of like
Yeah,
who Como is, right?
yeah.
So I was, I'm reading his like little snip of a bio that we had at the time, and yeah, I was just like, okay, so if he's this hybrid of he's part human and he's part Lemurian, and then I started taking it back even further with his lineage, like his people, and like I started thinking back to Dungeons and Dragons, how there's red dragons and then silver dragons, and you know what I
Right.
mean. And then, so I thought, well, what if the Lemurians were basically like ancestors from some kind of dragons that maybe lived in the Crucible. And so anyways, yeah, so he ended up with this like red gold skin color with the lava or the magma armor. And
Okay.
but yeah, the final choice I felt was a better way to go, because I loved what Nikki did with that, the brown and then the subtle browns, like the lighter, and then you have that like bright
Right.
blue, markings on the skin. It's a beautiful figure. So I was extremely honored to collaborate with her on Como. But yes, just the armor for the final release of Como, that is mine. But the rest is, all of that credit goes to Nikki for his body. It's brilliant. His
I mean,
eyes.
collectively, the two together, I mean, the armor and the figure makes, it's just.
Oh well, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I don't want to say too much because I don't know if they've released any kind of information about that. But there is something very special about his armor,
Hmm.
and there's a reason that it looks the way it does. So I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. But because this is about you guys, so we're gonna get back to you.
Cool. Cool.
So the dios, was that something that you started first, or did you customize first?
I actually started. It's a good question. I think I was doing a little pop and swapping first, and then I wanted to start creating characters, like I said. So I started thinking about what original characters to customize, and as I started thinking about the characters, I started thinking about the environment that they live in. So I
Yeah,
think I
I love it.
started with one of them, and then it just led to the dials, and then it went back to customizing the figures. Of the dials, the first one was the portal that I did using the warrior ball and chain,
All right.
that portal thing. And
That was
I gotta say that a lot of the stuff that I did, for instance, came from you guys. There was one podcast where someone was talking
Talk about
about,
this
yeah,
one here,
exactly.
Jose.
Like, well, I can't wait to see someone use that portal in something, and I was like, yeah, that would be freaking
Yeah,
awesome. So I'm like,
yeah,
and to
yeah,
me, like as a portal forms, like the rocks kind of get sucked up and they build, and
yeah. Sure,
it's like,
that's
and
really
then the portal
cool.
breaks through in the middle, and then
Right?
they
Wow,
enter
that's
through
great.
there.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic, man. I mean, that dio work is really phenomenal. I was looking at like where like the texture changes on it. That's
Mm-hmm.
oh,
mind blowing. That is so good.
like
It really is.
I try to get like the reflection of the light from the portals in the
Oh,
back of the
dude. I
stone,
mean,
kind
seriously,
of
like
shining through.
it truly is brilliant what you did. I mean, not
I
just
really
this one, but
appreciate
all
that you
of them.
noticed, those
Oh
things.
God,
I
dude,
work, I try to, it's.
we look at everybody, and especially me. I love to like zoom in. Although
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that hate that. I love zooming in to really see like what someone's doing, because anything can look good from afar.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You zoom in, now you're getting intimate with the artist. You're seeing all the little details that they've done, that they put in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's brilliant. Like the last custom I just did with the orgy war paint. Someone was like, "Well, how come he's got like some
Are
like
you talking
flesh?"
about the Conan, right? With the white and the black?
Yes,
That thing
yeah,
was
and
awesome, dude.
so
Oh, that
thank
thing
you.
was awesome.
Somebody was like asking me, they're like, "Well, how come there's like some flesh showing?" And I'm like, "Because that's his armpits. That would rub off, whether it was from sweat. Maybe he didn't even want to
Yeah, he's putting
bother."
on the stick,
Yeah, and
and it's
so
gonna
it
rub
was like,
paint
no,
off.
I painted, yeah, like deodorant.
Exactly, like takes the paint right off.
So yeah, I was just like, no, I want to leave spots where you can see some flesh like really coming through,
Yeah,
where maybe he didn't take his time putting it, rubbing
yeah.
it all over the
We think
place.
about putting stuff in their armpit.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Boy, there was a little insight. But yeah, so that's why I love zooming in, because I know what I do for my stuff.
Right.
So I absolutely loved what you were doing with that dio.
I really appreciate that.
It
Thank you.
is phenomenal. Look at this shit.
oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, this one was great. Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I've never done like I try to put some texture into a background. I mean, I've done like stones and bricks and stuff like that,
Sure.
but I've never tried to like make a creature
Yeah. Oh,
I
God.
think
thing.
that looks
in the
great.
back.
Yeah, you did great, man. You
And
did great.
there was a episode of the podcast where I was listening to Rubus talk about the cape and how it's supposed to be like a creature squirming around in the
It's
cape.
like alive, yeah.
Right. That's where it led me to this background. Like I try to make it look like it's almost squirming and looking at you while, you know. So yeah,
No,
that's
it's
the inspiration behind that. And like those tentacled cobblestones, that's like right out of the graphic novel. Like I took those. Yeah.
yeah, really nice.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
so sharp, so sharp.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
This one is
I
one of
just
my
can't wait
favorites here.
to have the fishies in there.
This one I think is great. This is very, I don't know, like it's very
Of course, I
Minoan
was
looking,
inspired by
you know.
Doug Dollmaker of that.
Hmm.
Try to incorporate into the you know to my diode.
You know, like the different color tones on the stones as well. You know, it gives it like this fresco feel, kind of. You know, and then you got like the Greco-Roman key in there. You know, I'm eating all that up. So,
I'm glad you
oh,
like it, man. It was fun to
you
make,
lost
and
him. I don't know where he went,
I'm afraid to ask.
but we'll see. Yeah,
And I
looks
glued
right along.
the little vines on there and try to make it kind of look jungle like.
Oh, you did a great job. I mean, it has that wonderful aspect where it's a little bit of different cultures kind of brought together, and it suits the Crucible so
Right.
well because the
Mhm.
idea that it's like different things are drawn together from different times and different places. And when I saw that, I loved that. I thought, oh, this is so on point
That's
with
awesome.
Crucible. So you did a
Truly.
fantastic
That
job.
makes me feel great because as much as I do this for myself, I actually do when I post them. I'm like, gosh, I hope everybody likes it. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
when I hear that
Yeah. Well,
people are actually
this
affected
was
by
a
it,
home run.
you know,
Oh yeah.
thank you, I appreciate that. You
I love the different colored blocks. That was a really nice
Yeah.
touch.
know. I was actually afraid to go too colorful. I usually work in like darker colors, but I was like, let me get a little crazy and throw some, blues in there, and so
No, it worked real well. I think
Mhm.
tied it all together.
thank you.
That
This is
face. Look at
the
that face in there. My God.
that's actually a mannequin head that I just sliced the face off,
Nice.
like those little foam ones that you put
Hmm.
wigs on and stuff. And then I threw some glue and sand on it to give it that
Mm-hmm.
stone texture, and then I
Yep.
just kind of carved it up to make it look like it's falling apart.
It's awesome.
Thank
It's
you.
so good, man. So good.
This is a nice piece here too. Like,
Yeah, I
tavern.
want
My
to.
yeah.
tavern,
I want a
bottomless
tavern.
mug.
That's funny. Yeah, I want a tavern. That's fantastic. It looks like everything breaks down. Yes.
Yeah, all the walls come off. They're all magnetized. Um, they have magnets and whatnot. It's two actual detail size parts. We did in
Oh,
Nice.
the middle,
nice.
and those plaques in the back they fit those little troll heads.
You're right.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
wicked.
I don't know if you got the other one. So the whole premise behind this inn is that it's actually it's like a meeting place for their assassins group in the Mythic Legions or whatever.
Nice.
That's
And
awesome.
no one knows, but the one way that they could figure it out. I don't know if I sent you the picture or not.
You
So
might have. It might be one of the ones that I was like, oh, I won't upload this one.
Yeah, look at all those like stones in there. That's fantastic, man.
I'm gonna shut the light off real quick for this, just so I can show this, because this actually I had a lot of fun
Oh,
with.
Oh, kick ass.
hold
Right
on,
on.
hold on.
So
Oh, I know which
let's say
one.
like they
Oh,
show
yeah.
up, they wanna-
I remember the story you said.
so you
Yeah.
turn on the black light,
Oh, very
That
nice.
is
that's how you know that it's
sick. That is so
yeah.
cool, man.
That's so
Like,
dope.
oh, so they know that's the
That's wicked.
That's the
little fun
spot.
things.
So,
Yep.
what do you do with the extra dios when you don't have room to display them?
Oh man, I like break them down and just kind of throw them in a shelf somewhere and
Yeah,
see if I can build a shelf somewhere else. And
I have a huge basement, so
It seems like a good solution right there. Yeah.
this one
Flip top.
is wicked. This is amazing. This
I
blew
think I only
me.
showed it. I only sent that one picture, right?
Yeah,
Because
this
I
this
have
blew
like
me away.
the
That
door comes
is
off, the front
that's so
panel comes
good.
off, the side panels, everything comes off.
That is
It's got a brick
so
chimney on the inside.
damn good.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Killer.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna that chair throne. One of them that one of the pictures you sent that was amazing looking. Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, that's
that
the
the
troll, the
tree
troll
stump.
chair.
Yeah, that
That's another piece I did for Perry Morel.
that's. I mean, that
Yeah,
is
so the troll.
fantastic, man.
Thank you.
That with the gears, that's very steampunkish there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be my steampunk dial. Yeah, I did that for my Mesco figures, the Doc Knock.
that's fantastic. Oh, look at that.
And it's supposed to be that the guy from Lord of the Rings at the
Yeah, I was
end.
gonna say
Lord
King
of
of
the
the
Dead.
Dead. Yeah,
Yeah, Lord of the Dead.
so good.
this one's actually a cool one. I really like this one.
That's from my son. Yeah, he loves Sonic the Hedgehog. So
That's so dope.
what was this?
Yeah.
I called him Haste or something like that
Oh, that's
instead of
good.
Sonic.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
That was
cool.
another throne. Yeah.
So, are you carving these out of foam?
yeah, the insulation foam from like Home Depots or whatever,
Okay, right,
Mhm.
right.
and just like a little Zacto blade, and just chop, 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 slice it up, and
Yeah, see,
That's killer. That's
Dios is
killer.
where I started.
did you? Yeah.
And yeah, just because I had so many, I've always collected. So I was tired of, just having my figures on a shelf and there was like nothing in the background but my
Right.
wall. And I was like, I hate this. So um, I think my very first one was the jungle for NECA Predator figures.
Hmm.
Oh, I think I've seen that actually.
Yeah, that one,
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. But
you
yeah,
have
I mean,
the
that's what,
that skinned body hanging from it, right?
yeah,
Dude,
right,
I want that thing
exactly.
so bad I can't find it, and when I
Yeah,
do, it's like $200.
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, I had bought a bunch of those accessory packs. It was crazy. Nobody was buying them.
Man,
And I was like,
that
these
thing
are
is
so
beautiful.
cool, you know what I mean? And I didn't think, never once did I think like, these are going to be really hard to come by. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could use some of those. I'll tell you.
Yeah, they're great. I only have one left, which sucks. I'm down to one, but that is really cool.
Yeah, it's another
Wicked.
Mezco throne for the demonic goat guy.
Yeah, that's crazy looking. This is a
My
work of
zombie boy.
genius. This
Yeah.
is a work of genius. It really
I'm going to tell
is.
you who inspired me to do this one. Mr. Stelios over here in one of the
Yeah.
Oh.
podcasts was talking about using the Lemurian as a diseased character, like in Game of
Oh
Thrones. That
right.
it
Yeah,
looks like they
yeah.
have the stone,
What is
Hmm.
it? What
The
was that
grayscale.
called?
yeah, the
Grayscale.
grayscale.
Yeah.
So then there's a Lemurian map that talks about gray rot or whatever,
Yep.
Yep.
and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, damn, that. So I was like, maybe there's zombies there or something.
See, I love
So
this because that literally makes me think when I think of like zombies, that's what I think of. That looks like it came right out of like a D&D story. Like
Hmm.
to me that is like your swamp zombie, you know what I mean? Like your bog zombie or whatever.
Hmm.
That is just brilliant, man.
exactly,
I absolutely loved what you did with that.
Truly.
it's almost like a sleep zombie too, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's seriously, it's
It
great.
works. It works perfect.
I
Thank you,
seriously,
thank you.
I started looking at my Lemurians and I'm like, how many zombies could I make? I'm not kidding you. I was like,
I know. I'm like, I want to make some Lemurian customs, but I could do zombies too. I'm like torn now.
right? So
Beautiful. Well, that was saving the best for last there. So that's
yeah, that
you
was
know
fantastic.
that is Jose in
James,
a nutshell there. So
James, you've been
Thank you, guys.
quiet,
I
buddy.
appreciate it.
yeah,
I'm basking in all the wonderful stuff I'm seeing.
he's
No, I
been
mean, he's so talented. The zombie, when I saw that the other day, for a split second, I thought it was a tease of a production piece. I'm like, oh,
Wow,
this
nice.
is so brilliant. And then I'm looking at the
Thank
picture.
you. I
I'm like,
appreciate that.
no, it's not. This is something
Yeah.
I'm not going to be, able
Right.
to hold in my own hands. So
This
and
is something I
was
got to make. Damn it!
so angry with you because it was just too good.
Son of a bitch! I got to
Yeah.
paint. I got to
I
paint now.
appreciate that,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. So, James, tell us, man, how did you start collecting and getting into your type of customization?
Like many of us of a certain generation, we had the 3 3/4 inch GI Joes, and you learned that taking the little screw out the back, you
Yep.
could repair the O-rings, but you could also mix and match, and over time you got into that. But that was about as extreme as it went with me for a long time, because it was safe and it was that kind of thing. And then truthfully, I was more into adulthood before I really got adventurous with things. And it's a weird story, but I had the Buffy the Vampire Slayer figures that they did from Palisades.
Yep.
Had some of those. And when my daughter was young, she got on, Jags with like the strangest movies. And so she liked Shall We Dance with
Okay.
Right. And so she just loved the music and she loved the dancing.
Right.
And so then she became convinced that those figures were what she called the dancing people. And so she'd want to play with them. And I'm like, okay, well, they were not very durable. And
Sure.
so she'd be playing with them and she'd go, the arm's broken, the leg's
Right.
broken, fix it. And so I'm like, okay, well, if I just glue it, it's just going to keep breaking. And so then I started getting adventurous with drilling and pinning and trying to, make them so they could still move. And got a little adventurous like that. And then over time, I started just dabbling in things. You'd see figures on clearance or whatever. And I'm like, I kind of want to know how that's put together, And so you just,
Oh, wow. Nice.
what can come off? What can you work with? And some companies are not at all friendly in that respect. It's, sonic weld and, you're going to destroy something before you can get anything viable out of it.
Right.
But then companies, I think now a lot of them are based with the collector and customizer in mind. And, like we talked, Mythic Legions has that, swapping capability. And there's a lot of companies now that are thinking that way, including alternate heads and hands and accessory packs.
Yeah.
And now, though, again, not too much, lip service for the company, but Savage Crucible is killing it because the cross compatibility is just constant. It's like you go from one wave to another and everything works. It's like you can really take things and turn them on their head, and it's all cross compatible. And so that's what really has inspired me lately. I love the look of it from the Kickstarter. I went all in on everything. And, I was very excited. And when I got the Lemurians, I liked them and I opened a couple of them. But at that point, I was just busy and again had a daughter growing up, and that was like full-time job in addition to being employed full-time. So it kind of got put on the back burner. But as she got older, now she's in college, and I started having more time to experiment with things. And then I got the Wave 2 stuff, and I started saying, okay, I got to open these up. I got to really appreciate these. And the more I opened up, the more I was just like, no, I've been depriving myself with this for far too long. It was great. It was like you'd open up the base figure and then you'd say, oh, the accessory pack. And I'm like, well, I definitely need another one because I got to do the alternate form, without the armor. And there's an alternate head. And well, you got to do this. And you got to build a squad and you got to have this. And so just,
know what you're doing
mentally, and you start getting that, fodder bin. And then you start, having that feeling that you can be creative with things and you can really just go with it. And, as you were talking, Tim, about the idea that, are you going to have these narratives that are so deep and complex? I think that's the great thing about customizing now is it allows people to kind of work with that inner voice that, there is creativity and it's something we need to explore. Especially, I'm not against AI as a tool, but I think upcoming generations are so reliant on it that in the absence of that, they don't know what to do with things, Lego sets have become buildable models that sit on a shelf for a lot of people. They won't think about taking them apart and seeing what they can do with the pieces. And
Sure.
so lines like, the Savage Crucible are just, I think, fantastic. And hopefully they're inspiring new generations, that we're going to be able to see
Indeed.
people have creativity. And like I said, I'm in awe every day when I go onto the group on Facebook and see the amazing things that people are creating, because I don't have a ton of time. And so again, it's mostly low key and pop and swap and what can work and experimenting like that. But when you see, like I said, the zombie the other day, just, I'm still heartbroken that that's not a production piece. So I don't know who we have to talk to, but I think that needs to
Right.
happen.
Send it over to Rob.
Something
right.
needs to be in the works on that, because my life feels empty without that. That is so great. And so, but it's interesting. And I also, on a little tangent, I just have to say, I love the cards and the secret weapons, not just for the collectability, but for what it has done for the community to get people to connect.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't tell you, just reaching out and trading with people and helping other people out, and that gratitude, that's huge. Because again, social media is supposed to be connecting us, but I think in a lot of ways it has isolated people.
Yeah,
And so,
absolutely.
just being able to reach out and help people out and hear someone, oh, well, I'm looking for this piece, or I need this, and then can
Right.
anyone help me out? And
Yep.
it's just for the joy of doing it, helping people out and getting stuff out there, and then you feel like you're building that little community, even if you're spread all across the world. But that was an
Yeah,
inspired thing to include.
That's how you and I met. We
Yeah,
traded,
exactly.
It was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, I needed that sword, man, and you were like, yeah, all right, let's just trade, and it was like, word, thank you,
well,
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, I've met
see,
great
everyone, we
people
don't
like that
even,
too already.
we don't even have everything. We're trading
Yeah.
right next to you in the
Oh
trenches.
yeah, no,
Trust me.
it's amazing to me how
Yeah.
many people are out there looking, and you're like, wait a minute, you don't have that, and you see Nikki posting for things and everyone else, and I'm like, yeah, they're in the same boat we
Yeah,
are.
I actually traded something with Nikki already. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a Como sword or something. No, a green sword.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're all down in the trenches with you. Trust me.
Yeah,
Especially with that
it's
stuff.
a great experience, though. Even
Yeah.
if you're still missing some, it's just great communicating with people and having that fun, and
No, that's great.
it's
That's great,
exciting.
man. Thank you.
So-
Thank you for the kind words too about the company. We're glad and happy that you guys are enjoying it. Really.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about what you've been doing for customization. See, because like you, I also like to not have to paint all the time. So
Yeah.
I like what you do, and what I was saying earlier is very true. I feel that when you don't paint and you make parts go together, that is sometimes more creative than painting. So it's fantastic that there are this huge range of customizers in the Crucible and in the toy community alone.
Yeah.
That so many people are thinking outside of the box and making things work with each other with no paint involved. Sometimes it's just glue or just swapping parts. So
Yeah. And
Still,
I
you wanna-
think it helps a lot to get people looking at what's out there, so that it's not always about buying the next thing and what can I wait for the company to make, but looking at what is already out there and what you can do with just a little bit of creativity on your part. And I think that helps a lot.
Definitely. Look at here, prime example.
Yeah. So
prime example. Yes,
this-
please
this-
talk
this
about
was-
this.
this was a fun and crazy little experiment. I picked up one of the McFarlane Witcher figures when it was on clearance and set it aside, and I thought, yeah, I'll do something with that sometime. And then, of course, I wanted to know how it was put together. And, it has a socket waist, pretty standard. And if you popped the arms out with a little bit of, hot water or whatever, it turns out the leather tunic piece is separate. It's an overlay.
Yep.
Oh,
And so
wow.
it slides right off the body. So then I'm like,
Nice.
okay, well, what can I do with that? And so at first I looked to see if maybe it would fit on the, we'll say human barbarian bucks. And those are a little too muscular because it's, you kind of have to work it over.
Sure.
And I thought, well, maybe not there. Let's try, Lemurian or Saurian. And I had some, extra nins laying around, and I thought, okay, well, let's try this. And it took a little work, but it's actually on his torso. It slides over.
It looks fantastic.
Work it down, and I thought, well, that actually came together. And then the legs, the hip was compatible. I didn't have to do anything. He just popped it on, and I thought, well, that's fantastic. Interesting.
Right.
So then,
that's Nin's actual torso with the
underneath,
underneath that, yeah.
It is absolutely his torso. It's just literally the little rubbery overlay over it. You just have to heat it and kind of slowly work it down. But that's on him. And then it popped on us, and then I just swapped out the feet, and again, compatible, surprisingly, but they worked. The only real modification I had to do was drill a little hole in the backside for the tail, and just did that and popped it in, and it was good to go. So
that's so good. That is so good. Look at this shit.
Oh, I forgot about these. So awesome.
You imagine getting punched by that shit?
Yeah, this is, again.
Don't introduce this guy to your wife.
Right. Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is the what is it?
It's like
New Master
Rubis
Fisto.
in a Fisto, Fisto cosplay.
And but anyway, I found him at Ross recently for like $4, and I thought, well, let's see what we can do. And I thought, nothing else, just the accessories. And interestingly enough, he was not put together very well. So as you started taking him out of the package, the torso started to separate. And I thought, oh, well, this is interesting. And believe it or not, the arms have a retaining coupler over the pin for the Masterverse. But if you can get the torso off and slide that off, that then plugs right into the Savage Crucible body. No modification needed.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, just you open them up and like I said, if you can take that whole
shit, that's cool.
Off, and that'll plug in. And I thought, well, now I have to do something with this. Because,
right.
It works. So yeah, then I just was again digging in the parts bin and putting some pieces together. And I thought, yeah, the idea that this guy probably came out of the arenas a little worse for wear and got a little bit of an upgrade.
Great, man.
Yeah, it's so great that you have fucked us all, James, because the price of Masterverse and Witcher figures just went up.
Yeah.
Giving them away in some places. Get your orders in now.
Yeah, everybody's running Amazon, and all of a sudden they went from the Witcher figures go from $8.78 to $32. You're like, come on, what the fuck happened?
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Thanks a lot,
it's funny too because I picture James just going to the store. He's looking at figures on the shelf and the little formulas and stuff running. And he's just looking at it, just analyzing the things. How can I? Just break it apart.
That's probably pretty close. I'm just looking at things like, okay, what's the price point and what can I for sure get out of that?
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
If everything else is a waste, what can we do? So.
That's really cool. Look at that. It almost that coin almost looks like a book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was just messing around, and I thought, oh yeah, I got to put that there. But
very cool.
That's arguably my favorite that I've done because he just turned out so well. And again, there was no prior thought going in. It wasn't something I sort of conceptualized ahead of time. I was just spending some time sitting with the parts bin and looking at how things look together and.
Right. Yep.
That's again the genius of the line because everything's cross compatible. It encourages you to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I love this guy with the robe.
I think for the longest, so cool. I think for the longest time, this is fantastic without a doubt. Mm. But I think for the longest time, people didn't realize that the belt buckles came out of the waistbands.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why we swapped that belt buckle from Nashorn. Yeah, Krieger's comes off and it becomes a little buckler, a shield.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, you mean that part in the front? Oh, I thought you.
Right.
You meant
Yeah.
This comes apart.
Oh yeah, no. Just the front of the belt comes off.
Right.
James, tell me about this fountain over here.
I was going to ask about that.
Okay, that was another Kickstarter that I backed. That was the Biblical Adventures, I think it's called.
Okay.
And
Oh,
they had the Tabernacle set, which had the like Ark of the Covenant and all these other things.
Wow.
And
Right on.
it's probably sacrilegious
Tim.
to be using it in a different way, but
that was
it
the
just
set I was gonna get, Tim, because I was missing the
right, from
Lost
Indiana
Ark
Jones.
from Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. So I'm like, I'm gonna get that one instead.
Right.
yeah,
So,
no, it's a great
I know exactly which one
set.
you're talking about, James. Yeah.
It's a great set. It was just one of those things that on impulse I thought, well, I'll pick this up. And I think when I initially bought it, it was when I was thinking, well, they're doing the 6-inch Indiana Jones line,
Yep.
maybe I should get this for the Ark. And
Are
then
you kidding? That's
you know,
great. So is
yeah.
that a resin inside there, or
it's
like a?
it's just empty, and then there's literally a translucent disc that you can set in
Oh,
that gives the
that's
effect.
cool.
So you can
Nice.
either have it empty or with the liquid effect, and it's just
Right.
it's so
Man.
fun.
That's really cool.
a lot of fun.
You got to make one in red or like green.
Oh yeah, that'd be
cool. Like,
great
you
to
can
see all the
just
different
swap.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
where's that robe from? Why does that look
That's
familiar?
from McFarlane,
Iraq?
Dune, the Emperor.
Okay.
Christopher Walken figure. Again,
Oh.
he was inexpensive on Amazon. I think I got him for $4, and I thought
Not anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's see what you can do with this. And the robe was the prime thing, but it is nice. It's wired in the sleeves, so those are posable, and you can do that. And it slides off really well, and it was easy to put back on. So
Nice.
Is the staff from Maywalk?
yes, that was from the exclusive one. I'm his name's eluding me now. But the White Tiger one.
Atlas, Viters, Atlas.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Barrow Atlas or something like that.
Barrow
Yeah.
Atlas, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great figure, and he was the only one. I don't think they've used that staff in anything else. That was sort of
No, he was the only one. Yeah, he was the only one that came with it, or thus far at least. So
yeah.
That was a Viteris piece, right? The torso part.
Yeah. I just literally slowly kind of fed it through the waist so that it would slide out, and then the armor over it, and then
Nice.
these were just
fantastic.
early experimentations with the idea of using what is existing within the line and putting on base figures. Everything here comes from the Savage Crucible line, so you're not having to go far outside the home collection to be able to do things. And it really shows how versatile it is, especially with the forearms and the calf pieces. It does change the look so much, and I'm so glad we have those.
Yeah, me too.
Reminds
Me
me of the
too.
first graphic novel there.
the lizards, yeah. We got to get the sentries in the or no, the Imperial sentry
Into the
Get
comic.
those in the comic,
In
yeah.
the gra-
Get
yeah,
the
that
claw.
would be cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be cool to see the claw. This is
So this
really
looks like
good.
he's wearing Nin's armor right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Again,
Is that a shield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
a shield.
decided I wanted a few different characters, and because I was going to do every version with the alternate heads and everything else. Then I'm like, okay, well, what can we do with the armor, and mixing and matching? And I was really surprised at how well his armor looked on the shield, because it gives it that sort of albino character with the silver, but then it has the subtle red contrast, and it worked. So
Yeah, no, that looks really
and
really
there's some
good
purple
together.
tones in Nin's armor too, so I bet you it goes well with
Yeah, with the markings on the leg. Yeah, all the way around, that works really well together, James.
And then I love Como. He needs more love, so I just started experimenting with different versions of him. And so this was more, if he'd followed a different path to be more of like a barbarian warlord or whatever. And
love
it. Pretty much everything is standard, with the exception of the bracers on his wrists, which came off of
AWOC.
McFarlane. No, it was a McFarlane like Dark Shazam figure. I don't remember. But,
right.
But again,
yes.
you took the hands off and heated it, and those slid right off. And my parts bin. And so again, I thought, those could work. And then the dog-headed mace came from, again, McFarlane. It was the Diablo, like sort of statuary figures that were mildly posable, but they had tons of accessories.
Yeah, the accessories were great.
Again, I just picked some up on clearance, and I thought, it's worth it for the accessories, because it's unique and kind of different.
That mace is killer, man.
Yeah, It looked like something that I could see him wielding and just going to town on people. So
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, that's what he needs.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Now,
That
would Como
man.
say when he hit someone who let the dogs out,
There
is
you
that,
go.
or is that below? Is that below? Yeah, is that below Como?
There
I
you
don't know. You know,
Like as you swing the mace, it barks. Like
well, that's
There you
funny.
go. Or howls. The air flows.
yeah,
through.
it howls.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
that'd be sick.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool idea.
Call it wind howl, the mace. Oh, dude.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Sounds sick.
That is cool. And
But
look,
yeah, just
look
having
what was
fun.
born right here. The wind
Oh yeah,
howl.
this is just again. I
That
had
walk
some
we're still-
extras, and
Yeah.
I said I want to see how cross compatible, and they are so cross compatible. It's ridiculous. It's just you heat them, they pop out, and it's then you can slide them on, and then
Yeah, and that looks good on them.
the flexible, calf
Mhm.
and forearm armor slides over the bare ones, and so you can do that, and it's surprising how close it was. So again, we're living in kind of a golden
Very
age
cool.
where a lot of things are cross compatible, even if it's unintentional. It works well. So this was just again, this was more of just a thought process to see if it was possible. But
Right. Yeah, I love how like like there's like almost like foot armor on those shin
Yeah.
guards. I know those came from like the monkey
yes,
men or whatever. Yeah, because I actually have some of those. Yeah, I love that. That's really cool. So just their toes are like sticking out. I love
Yeah.
it. It's brilliant.
you got to protect your feet. Come on.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
and wouldn't if they got their worst case scenario, if their toes got cut off, wouldn't they grow back? All right.
We would assume, we never know how things work in the Crucible, but
that's very true.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is just the reverse. Again, one of the Ewok hyena figures, and I outfitted him with stuff from the Crucible.
Yeah, that looks really good on him too.
Took the skull off of Krieger, and it has a little cavity in it. So
look at that! I didn't even notice that. That's so cool.
Dab a glue in there and put the pin in, and now it's on there, but it's not fixed. So if I want to pop it off and put it on something else, I can.
Nice.
But yeah, just a simple little thing. And
I love it. I think this is great, and it's so creative too with what you're
So
doing.
you're not just popping swaps right there. You did because you have to.
No, he actually and he painted some of the armor on the other
Nice.
on that.
Yeah,
Como
don't
piece.
sell yourself short.
Just a little, but yeah,
made
I'm
it sound
not
like you
doing a
were,
ton. But
Yeah, I know, right, Jose? He was like, "Oh well, I don't do anything." And it was like, "Yeah, right. I've seen what you've been doing. That's why I asked you to come on.
Well, and I
You're not
appreciate
fooling
that.
anybody."
Yeah. And then again, here's one of the slates, and I'm literally using some of the armor off the hyena just to kind of play with it. The sword is off
pretty good.
The cheetah from the most recent one that they did to the gladiator range. But I thought it sort of worked with like a jungle temple warrior. But again, it flows
Can
well.
we talk about this background? What is that?
Okay, it's
I know exactly what this is.
Yeah, the Extreme Sets cardboard jungle temple. Yeah.
Okay, so it's cardboard.
It is. It's absolutely cardboard.
It's
modular.
James,
you can just set it wherever you want. And
I'm kicking myself because they had this on sale. I think they had it on sale for like $40 or something.
That's when I picked it up.
And and I'm kicking myself because I'm like, because now I think it's regular price if they still have it. But this was a great set.
If you watch, it goes on sale sometimes, and it's so versatile. I mean,
I wanted this for Indiana Jones.
For those of us who don't have the same skill set or time to devote to the caliber stuff that Jose does, the extreme stuff, the extreme set stuff is fun just for little backdrop pictures or whatever.
Yeah, they work pretty good.
Yeah, and they've gotten better. Some of the original things were kind of limited, but I think they really went with the idea of the modularity, and so the new stuff is killer.
That is good. Yeah, look at that! Oh my God!
Mixing and matching all Crucible stuff.
Yeah, and look at what you did. Look at the torso piece, the chest piece that you're using.
And those weapons don't get enough love either.
No, they don't. You're right. Still, absolutely, they do not get enough love. Yeah, that's a good combo. Those two weapons that he's using.
Okay.
there's a lot of people. No one
I'm
really
falling in love with
uses
that
those.
shoulder armor. I've seen them.
Yeah, but look what he did. He took that shield chest piece and then he combined it with this armor. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Rapex,
Oh, that's from the
is that
shield. Okay, all right.
Rapex's deltoid? I think. Yeah, that looks good, man. That's a
Yep.
really good combo.
Truly.
Yeah,
That Lumerian
again,
looks
a lot of the credit for this goes to the line itself because everything looks good. It's hard to not come up with something that looks impressive with what's available.
Yeah.
And
then
This-
this is
a
again
helmet with
this
skull. That thing is
this was just an opportunistic find.
so
the,
good.
The body and then
So
the
good.
bat head are off the same figure. It's the Shredder, NECA,
Right. Okay.
Universal Monsters, Dracula. It was the Walmart variant or whatever.
Oh wow.
I found it marked down, and I thought, again, don't know what we're going to be able to do with it, but it was a nice looking figure, and
Right.
picked it up. And the head came off, and it wasn't compatible, and I was kind of frustrated with that because it had a different size, barbell head on it. But then
Yeah.
I started looking, and I'm like, they're both inset to the body, into the neck. So I just heated both bodies and swapped the pins, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
then
took
it
out
works.
the dumbbells. Yeah.
Just swapped that, and then it popped on, and so.
I do that. I do that for the Hasbro Star Wars figures all the time. That is one of my favorite things to customize, and it's nothing to do with that line's easy to customize. It's because I'm just such a Star Wars junkie that I just want as many different characters.
Oh yeah,
that you can't buy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just make up all kinds of.
And
Yeah.
Not casting any shade at Hasbro, but they like to keep revisiting the same ones again and again and
No.
again.
Yeah.
Who? Hasbro? No.
Yeah.
When you want to expand the universe, so to speak,
Yeah,
it's in
exactly.
your hands at that point.
It's weird that we haven't even got like Lobot yet, and it's but
Yeah, no.
but thank
it's
Christ,
always
we got
shocking to
all
me.
that other crap. Anyways, let's move on. Sorry, that is a great combo. And you know what? Speaking of good combos, Stell, there is a set of brothers I would very much like to see right now. I know that you will be touching more on this on your show, and we all look forward to getting more info. But I need a little tease. I need a little tease from the boys, please.
A little teaser
Yeah.
weezer over here.
Talk about combo
Oh,
right
man.
there.
awesome.
You're killing us with this. You're killing
Yeah.
So
us.
this kind of goes right in hand with what we've been talking about, just
It
kind of,
did.
popping and swapping and customizing
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. So this should definitely scratch that itch for a lot of people, like
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now too. I'm not using a warrior body, even though it's compatible with this. I'm buying a few of these.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
alone, I want the accessories. Yes,
Yeah,
they
that's
some of
joking.
them are re-released, but I like the new paint jobs on them.
Mhm.
That's painting I don't have to do.
And I realize too, guys, like anybody watching this, there are he comes with a bunch of weapons as well, which we don't have that. I don't have the picture uploaded, and it's not in this. I just realized I'm like, where are all the weapons?
Yeah,
So I was looking at
he's
it. Yeah.
not. Yeah, they're not fighting bare knuckled. No.
They
They're
could.
coming swinging.
They
They
could.
could.
They're
They could.
definitely capable.
There's some pretty badass dudes, but yes.
Okay. I'm excited. I don't know, a lot of people saying about removing the decals, but I was born in November. So having the big ass
Oh, no,
scorpion
for
on
sure.
these guys is oh my God,
I'd keep
And,
two of them with the
yeah.
scorpions, but
yeah.
You want to run the banner while we're talking about this stuff?
Oh yes. Yeah, let me actually. Thank you.
There you go.
So I
So, and
actually
this
have a
guy-
question about
yeah.
this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The shackle pieces for the wrists, are those the same pieces essentially that are coming with the diorama bases for the dungeon? Because I know there's a shackle and chain in that.
Oh, that's a really good question.
I believe it's the top part of it.
Okay.
It's that top part, but it just doesn't have the connecting
The
chain.
full
to
chain,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah. Okay. I was
That's a
wondering
good
if that was
question.
the same thing because I was looking
That's
at that
a really
and I'm
good
thinking
question.
that looks good. That's going to complement well with the dioramas bases.
Yeah. I mean, all the leather work too. I mean, those
Oh,
bells
yeah.
can go on so many different characters. It's just,
those
different,
forearms with the So
Oh,
it's gonna
yeah.
be
The brand
amazing.
on them, yeah.
The branding, yeah.
Yeah, the branding is amazing.
Yeah, this is good stuff, and I'm very excited for these.
So,
But hey, Titans
oh,
Toy
where'd it
Expo,
go?
man.
That's where, yeah, people attending the show will be able to get them there. Be a new conclusive basically going forward. So
Excellent.
get your
Yeah.
Varnock brothers.
All right, that's enough because you guys you're going to be covering all of this. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've kept you
Actually, yeah.
guys. We've kept you guys long enough, and I truly am thankful for your time. To both of you, you guys are both extremely talented in your own arena, and that's what I love about this Crucible is that there are so many extremely talented people out there that are collecting this line. So keep up the good work and definitely look at these two guys for inspiration because
Thank you.
holy
Cheers.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, cheers to you because I mean seriously, the stuff that you guys have been doing,
You guys
fantastic.
definitely and go ahead and plug yourselves, man. If anybody's looking to see some of your work or anything, where can they find you on
Pretty
Instagram,
much
Facebook?
in the Facebook group. That's where I'm going to post it.
Cool.
Same here.
Gotta keep it
Facebook
within
group.
the community.
Savage Crucible.
Cool. All
Inspire
right.
people.
Perfect.
There's no Instagrammers here still.
Yeah. No, I guess not. Yeah.
Not as much. Yeah.
No.
I'm too old
I
for
bet-
Instagram.
I barely get on there. I'm terrible
I'm in
at
my
it.
late 40s. Instagram.
Yeah. Right. That's how I force myself to kind of get on Instagram and use it a little more.
I've
Yeah.
tried.
But yeah, it's after that
very
I
hard.
couldn't get on anything after that, like Twitter or anything like that.
I'm not.
I
I'm
can't.
not bouncing from
I
different
can't.
platforms. But
I started out with MySpace. We Facebook took over.
Right?
Instagram a little bit. That's about it. But no, truly,
That's
guys, thank you so
fantastic.
much for coming on tonight and
Well, thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
having
having
letting
us.
us
I
know a little
really
bit
do
about
appreciate
yourselves.
it.
It was a treat.
Yeah.
oh
You
yeah,
guys
no, the
keep
treat
up,
the treat was ours and the audience,
it
especially
truly was.
especially after they get to view this. Yeah, I mean, this is great for especially people who don't scroll through the group or don't have time to do all that. Sometimes things get buried and you don't get to see everything. So
Yeah.
we definitely like to highlight the creative people in this community on this show. So again, thank you so much. Seriously, guys, it
you.
means a lot. So
And James, I love your stuff, man. It was good stuff.
Oh, likewise.
I couldn't agree
I'm
more. Yeah.
so in awe every time I look at everything you post. I'm just like, why? Why does he have so much
Appreciate it.
talent? It's amazing. So,
What a
Thank
bastard.
you. Thank you.
Right? All right. Well,
All right.
thank you guys. And Stel, thank you, of course,
yes,
for
that's
being
great.
my partner in crime. I love you
Anytime.
to the moon and back.
Oh, you know it.
Couldn't do this without you. So until next time, you guys stay savage. Thank
Stay
you for
savage.
joining us.
Take care, everyone.